Have you ever wondered if the biggest mistake people make after turning 75 is about their health at all? What if the decision that quietly changes the rest of their lives happens around a kitchen table, surrounded by the people they love most? Millions of retired Americans believe that giving everything to their children is the right thing to do. It feels generous. It feels responsible. But what if that belief is based on outdated advice? And what if one simple decision made after retirement could determine whether your final years are filled with independence or regret? Stay with me, because the answer isn't what most families expect. The greatest gift you can leave your children may actually be something you refuse to give them today. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why researchers, financial experts, and healthy aging specialists are beginning to look at retirement in a completely different way. For decades, retirement was viewed as the finish line. Work ended, responsibilities slowed down, and many people believed it was finally time to hand everything over to the next generation. Homes, savings, investments, even personal decision-making. But over the last 30 years, researchers studying healthy aging have uncovered a surprising reality. Living into your 80s and 90s is becoming far more common than previous generations imagined. The National Institute on Aging, along with researchers involved in long-term aging studies, has repeatedly shown that today's retirees often spend 20 to 30 years in retirement. That's not a short chapter. It's an entirely new stage of life. Yet many people continue making financial and personal decisions as if retirement only lasts a few years. That misunderstanding creates a chain reaction that most families never see coming. The story actually begins much earlier. When people are in their 20s and 30s, they naturally think about building a future. They buy homes, raise children, save money, and sacrifice today's comforts for tomorrow's security. Those habits become deeply rooted. Parents often promise themselves that one day everything they've built will belong to their children. It sounds honorable. In many cases, it is. But the problem doesn't begin there. It begins decades later, when life expectancy quietly changes while old beliefs stay exactly the same. During the 40s, another shift starts almost invisibly. Retirement planning becomes more serious. Mortgages shrink. Savings accounts grow. Investments begin compounding. Yet many adults continue estimating retirement using numbers their own parents experienced decades ago. Meanwhile, healthcare costs continue rising. Inflation quietly reduces purchasing power. Longer lifespans mean retirement savings must stretch further than ever before. According to surveys conducted by the Employee Benefit Research Institute and other national retirement studies, many Americans underestimate how much money they'll actually need after leaving the workforce. At first, nothing appears wrong. Then comes the turning point after 70. This is where many retirees make one emotional decision that permanently changes their future. A child needs financial help. A grandchild wants college assistance. Someone faces debt. Someone wants to buy a house. Someone suggests putting property into the children's names to make things easier. It sounds reasonable. It sounds loving. But here's the mystery. Why do financial planners repeatedly warn healthy retirees not to give away major assets too early? The answer isn't about selfishness. It's about survival. Medical researchers have consistently shown that healthcare needs accelerate with age. According to American Health Surveys, adults over 65 account for a large share of healthcare spending because chronic conditions become more common as people age. Long-term care, home modifications, prescription medications, rehabilitation, and assisted living can cost far more than many families expect. Now imagine giving away the very assets that could pay for those unexpected expenses. This is where the real problem becomes visible. Retirees who once felt financially secure suddenly find themselves depending on the same children they hoped to help. Instead of preserving independence, early gifting sometimes creates dependency. Instead of reducing stress, it creates difficult family conversations. Instead of strengthening relationships, financial pressure can quietly damage them. Researchers studying family dynamics have found that money often changes expectations inside families. What begins as generosity can unintentionally become obligation. Adult children may genuinely want to help, but careers, mortgages, raising children, and economic uncertainty create pressures of their own. No one plans for conflict, yet conflict appears anyway. Now, let's reveal the things many retirement experts recommend keeping under your control for as long as possible. First, never give away the savings that protect your own future healthcare. Medical expenses become increasingly unpredictable after 70. Once those funds are gone, rebuilding them is nearly impossible. Second, avoid transferring ownership of your primary home simply because someone says it's easier. Property transfers can create legal complications, tax consequences, creditor risks, and unexpected family disagreements that many retirees never anticipate. Third, never surrender complete control of your financial decisions while you're mentally capable of making them yourself. Independence isn't only about money, it's about dignity. Fourth, don't give away emergency reserves. Economic downturns, inflation, or sudden medical events rarely announce themselves in advance. Fifth, don't give away your time, energy, and personal identity by believing retirement means your life is over. Researchers consistently find that purpose, volunteering, learning, and staying engaged contribute significantly to healthy aging. Here's where many seniors unknowingly follow outdated advice. They assume, "I'll never need that much." History repeatedly proves otherwise. Every decade brings new medical advances that help people live longer. Living longer is wonderful, but it also increases the years your savings must support you. According to data from the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, many older households rely heavily on retirement assets accumulated over decades. Losing access to those resources too early can dramatically reduce financial flexibility during the years when flexibility matters most. And here's another twist few people discuss. Many children don't actually want their parents to sacrifice financial security for them. They want healthy parents, independent parents, parents who can make their own choices, parents who never feel like a burden. Ironically, protecting your own retirement may become one of the greatest gifts you ever give your family, because financial independence often preserves emotional independence as well. The pattern repeats across millions of American households. Retirees who maintain emergency savings, preserve decision-making authority, and carefully plan large financial gifts often experience greater confidence during later retirement. Those who give away major assets too quickly frequently face difficult choices when unexpected expenses arise. This isn't about refusing to help your children. It's about helping them wisely. Support them with knowledge, encourage responsible financial habits, offer guidance, celebrate their success, but don't accidentally sacrifice the foundation that protects your own future. So what should you do starting today? First, review every major asset you own and ask one simple question: will I still have enough if I live another 20 years? That single question changes everything. Second, meet with a qualified estate planning attorney and financial professional before transferring homes, investments, or large sums of money. Decisions made with emotion should always be reviewed with facts. Third, have an honest conversation with your children about your long-term retirement goals. Healthy families plan together instead of making assumptions. Here's one warning supported by years of financial and aging research. Once significant retirement assets leave your control, recovering financial independence becomes extremely difficult. Good intentions cannot replace careful planning. And before you leave, think about this. Researchers are beginning to discover that one overlooked retirement habit predicts long-term happiness even more accurately than wealth itself. It's something most people ignore until it's almost too late. If this video helped you see retirement from a new perspective, please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who is approaching retirement or already enjoying it. One conversation today could prevent years of unnecessary hardship tomorrow. And if you want more evidence-based insights about healthy aging, smart retirement decisions, and protecting your independence after 60, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. In our next chapter, we'll uncover another hidden truth that could completely change the way you think about growing older.